DEriq King is heading to Miami. What does that mean? It's awesome. It's, I think, really great for both parties here. Miami wants a veteran, stable quarterback. That's what they're getting. And DEriq King wants to play, and he wanted to be wanted. Miami really did want DEriq King. It's a great fit for him. I'm so curious how all this shakes out because a lot of people, the people I've talked to in NFL circles, do not really look at DEriq King as a potential NFL quarterback. He's not viewed that way. I don't think that's entirely right. I think if you look at the film, he's got some stuff I think is really good. But I wonder, can this year at Miami change the narrative about DEriq King? Can he set himself up to be viewed as an NFL quarterback? And the most fun question in all of this is that, what does DEriq King bring to Miami? What does he bring to the program at the University of Miami? When I watched the tape, DEriq King has a better arm than I expected. He's really accurate. He can beat man coverage. He's got some great throws. Watch the Texas Tech game from 2018. He's got some great throws down the sideline against man coverage. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. He makes really good decisions. I was actually really impressed. The more I watched the tape, the better I thought of him. And I want to be careful here because I don't want to I don't want expectations to go crazy here. So this is not a prediction, but I want to just kind of put this out there to the world because I think it could happen, and I want it on the back of people's mind that there's a possibility DEriq King could win the Heisman Trophy next year in college football. Now, things have to go right. A lot of things have to go right in order for that to happen. He needs good coaching. He needs help from his teammates. But DEriq King has the skill set to win a Heisman Trophy. The dude can throw really well. He's going to put up a lot of really big numbers, especially playing in the ACC, which is a weaker conference. He's going to throw the ball, put up big numbers. He's also an explosive runner, which means that he's got big playability where he's going to have a great highlight reel, I believe. And there's going to be plays where you go, wow, that dude can run. Wow, that's a gigantic 60-yard run. That's a 60-yard throw. He's going to have big plays and have memorable moments as a college football player. And he's going to have a good story because nobody is going to be talking preseason, I believe, about DEriq King winning the Heisman. Maybe I will because I'm crazy, but I think a lot of people are going to shift their attention to Justin Fields at Ohio State and this guy and that guy. And I believe that DEriq King is going to go somewhat under the radar and be kind of a dark horse, and that's the person people love when they vote for the Heisman Trophy. If you notice, the guy who's the front runner at the beginning of the year never seems to actually win. Every year it's like, well, shouldn't Tua be the front runner? Shouldn't this guy? And then Joe Burrow comes out of nowhere, he wins the Heisman Trophy. Or, like when Lamar Jackson won the Heisman Trophy, he came back the next year. They started the year talking about how Lamar Jackson was the favorite. Lamar Jackson didn't win because he was already there. The person at everybody's mind at the beginning of the year never seems to actually finish the year winning the Heisman Trophy because people like a bigger surprise and more of a dark horse, and that's exactly what DEriq King will be. DEriq King is a Heisman Trophy dark horse and someone who could emerge late in the year. I'm not saying he can win, but if things go right, DEriq King is capable of making that happen. Now, it depends on the situation around him in Miami. He's got a newer head coach. Manny Diaz was in his first year last year as the Miami head coach. They went 6-7, didn't have a great year. We're okay. And then Miami just fired their offensive coordinator. They brought in a new guy. I think the new guy's great. They brought in Rhett Lashley from SMU. He's a young guy. He was a quarterback's coach and offensive coordinator previously at SMU. He'll have the same job at Miami, a better program, probably a pay raise. Wouldn't you want to live in Miami? But he scored a lot of points at SMU, and he scored a lot of points quickly. His style of offense fits really well with DEriq King's play style. So pay attention. Keep your eye on Miami. They probably will not beat Clemson, but the ACC, the conference they play in, is a weaker conference in college football. I think the Pac-12 and the ACC are the two weakest conferences. The ACC is top-heavy. They have Clemson, who's incredible. But DEriq King could shred the ACC, put up really good numbers, and emerge late in the year as a Heisman Trophy favorite. And you'll go, oh, where did this guy come from? But if you're listening to this podcast, you might remember I was the guy who said this in January. I think DEriq King, put him on your radar. Keep him in the back of your mind. If things go right, he could, in fact, become a Heisman Trophy winner. Pay attention to DEriq King. Keep this whole story in the back of your mind.